Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're gonna take a look into OpenSuse Tumbleweed Gnome desktop environment. So we're gonna take a look into this and see how it is easy for the newcomer to Linux. So let's open for that particular development thing. So let's open this one and click new. So it is OpenSuse Tumbleweed Gnome Desktop Environment. Let's open this one. And then we're gonna create about 8 gigabytes of random access memory. Instead of 20, let's put 30 gigabytes of storage space, or the SSD, the virtual. So it is now open. Let's full screen this one first. In this particular start page, we have the live version, the fail face, the media check, and the boot from hard disk, but we're gonna take a look into this as a live. Okay, let's enter that one and let's wait for these kernel and init to install everything in our virtual box, which is the Gnome boxes. Alright, we are now into the Gnome desktop environment of the OpenSuse Tumbleweed. So let's try to see, is it already okay? Yes, it is already okay. So this is the Gnome desktop environment. This is not what we have in Windows. It's a little bit like Mac. Of course, it has a different type of layout for their desktop environment. So we have the first tab of all application. If you notice this one, 3x3 dots, it's a little bit like the Samsung DeX, right? Because Samsung DeX is actually running in Linux and it is not Windows. Okay, Samsung DeX is a Linux distro and it is based in Linux Gen 2 and Android, so it feels like actually KDE desktop environment because it has a panel down here. Right here on the Gnome, we have the dock right here. The difference between dock and panel is a little bit like a whole block. It is not floating, but if it is floating, it is called dock. The panel and the dock it's all the same. It is just the style. Before that, let's go to the website first before anything else. So this is the OpenSuse search, which is their start page, sponsored by AMD. So let's go to the opensuse.org. So if you want to download the OpenSuse Tumbleweed Gnome desktop environment, you have to go to this one, the Tumbleweed, which is the rolling release of the Linux, and it has the latest packages, and you don't need to reinstall every time, just like in the Leap. In the Leap, it has 5 years interval before you reinstall the OS or the operating system distro. But here on the Tumbleweed, you don't need to. It's just update from time to time, so you don't need to have that problem of like reinstalling it, erase everything. This is what I like in the rolling release. It doesn't let you reinstall the OS if there's the new version or the new package. But right here in Tumbleweed, it's just rolling. You don't need to erase and reformat and everything else. Okay, let's learn more about this one. Tumbleweed distribution is a pure rolling release version of the OpenSuse, containing the latest and stable version of all the software instead of relying to the erratic release cycle that the project does, just like in the Tumbleweed. But here in the OpenSuse Tumbleweed, it's always rolling from time to time, so you don't need to reinstall your application. So right now in this distribution right here, we have the stable version, which is the 15.5. That's the Leap, which is the not the rolling release, but it is the 5-year release, the LTS. Okay, while the 15.4 is the old stable version, so that's why you need to install, but the rolling release, it's much better. I don't know why people just like to reinstall that one. So anyway, so try to download this one. Let's click that one, download, and you have the options right here. Yes, download here. Just click that one and then you're good to go. Or here. So you have the different architectural design of your desktop, laptop, or servers or supercomputers that you have, from Intel to AMD 64-bit architectural, or the 32-bit architectural. If you have some VirtualBox, put it on the VirtualBox. If you want to just check that one out, download the offline, of course, go with the offline. So you have the network, which is you need to have the internet. That is why I rather have the offline image or the ISO. So the system requirements, let me zoom in. Okay, the system requirements right here is 2 GB of dual core processor or better than, like quadra-core, octa-core, and so on. And the RAM minimum requirement is 2 GB of physical random access memory, but additional memories should be better, like 4 or 16 workloads. If you have some really like me, I'm always using my laptop, and I settle for a minimum of 12 gigabytes of random access memory, physical random access memory, or RAM. So this space over 40 for over 40 gigabytes of random 40 gigabytes of SSD or HDD. SSD, which stands for solid state drive, while the HDD is the hard disk drive. So you have this option. So more than 40 is good. Yes, in Linux we just use 40 gig, 30 gig of your operating system, and if you have the the external hard disk, so you are bound for storage for your documents. It is not like Windows that you need to have like 400 gigabytes or 500 gigabytes. Right here on Linux, we only require like 40, like less, because we don't have the hidden application, the hidden spying thing. Yes, they spy on you. Well, they are selling you as a product, so that is why. That is why if you search something and then you browse something, they will advertise you, keep popping up, you know, advertising everything. Like even when you play games, they keep popping up. So that is how the Windows operating system make money, because of you. But of course, it's up to you if you want to be advertised with all those stuff. That's why when I switch back to Linux, Unix operating system like Mac, iPhones, iPad, Android. No, Android is there. Actually, in Android there are application that advertise, not the OS. That is why Android wants you to download the application instead of using the browser, because they market into that application. If you use the browser, you don't have any ads except for the ads via the server of that particular website. So let's go back to the operating system. So when you download this one, it is basically have this privacy thing. In Windows, you don't have any privacy. Sorry. But of course, in Linux, you always have the privacy. But of course, beware of applications. Okay, beware of applications. That's why Google wants you to download in their Play Store, because they want you to be advertised and get your footprint, like your likes, including the Apple products. Apple products also spying on you via their application or their app store, just like in the Windows, their app store too, or the Microsoft Store. Yeah, and at the same time in Android, even if it is a Linux operating system, Android, but they advertise you via their application, so that they could like address your ads. Okay, so if you want to use the Linux, you don't have any problem with advertising, and at the same time it is private. Maybe just close it. So it is basically the design of this OpenSuse Tumbleweed Gnome desktop environment. You have in the center top corner, where you have the time and date instead of in the notification area. I think the notification area is still right here. Yes, this is still the notification area. You have also the settings, plus the screenshot and the lock power button, which is your off, restart, and log out. And of course, if you are using the Wi-Fi or the wired LAN or the local access network, so you have this option. You have the dark style off and on. You just click to on it. At the same time, power server is if you want to have to save the power mode. So let us go to the appearance first. Let's see, appearance settings. So as you can see, this is their settings appearance. It is default as a dark. No, the dark will be like this. This is the default, which is the light. And the background right here, only one background, but you can always download. This is Gnome, so you don't have the option to have the built-in Gnome wallpaper and to sort your wallpaper to download. But here in Gnome, you have to be like download it via their website or any website. Only one, right? So sad. The OpenSuse wallpaper. So let's go back to the settings. We have the notification, turn off it on. If you want to turn off notification, just turn on the button, which is do not disturb. Okay, if you want to be disturbed, of course you turn it on. And of course the search right here, the app search. So we have those right here. Multitasking, you have the option like the tiling, edges, and so on and so forth. Plus the apps, privacy. Let's go to the privacy. So it blocks in your screen after 5 minutes. It depends on what you want. Like if you want every 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, or so on and so forth. Automatic screen lock, it depends on you. And of course, what type of screen lock, like if you want to turn it on, turn it off, how many minutes, how many hours, it's up to you. So screen lock notification, yes, of course. If you want to turn on your location for your application thing, you can turn on it. But if you don't want to be spied by your application, just turn it off. But this is useful for the usage of GPS and the pictures for the cellular and the tablet and the mobile desktops. Camera access, yes, granted. Microphone, it is also granted. And of course your file, which is the history right here, it also turn on. Let me see right here, the sound built in out, blah 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 thing. Let's turn on this one.
Front left, front right.
All right, So you have also the microphone right here. Of course, it has a level right now because I'm talking, so you can see it a little bit like you can see my voice there. Power at the same time, balance or power saver, it's up to you. Display, I'm running in 1080, which is the widescreen resolution with refresh rate of 6 Hz. It is in landscape, so it is in full HD. Mouse pointer, keyboards at the same time right here. You can add your keyboards. For example, I want to have the Filipino because I'm a Filipino by birth. Of course, I'll click that as Filipino. Yes, just click add and there you have it. You can also move this one on the top if you want to. If you are a Spanish, just click that one and add. If you want to move it above the English, so you can also use that one, Espanol. So let me see. Printer, of course, I didn't put any printer. Yes, I didn't put any like CD, DVD, like the USB. I didn't put. So the format, it is in English. Of course, I put it as an English default. It is much better to understand that one. Abilities right here. User. Of course, this is live user, so that is why. If you have options, you can change this one, but right now it's only have one application per. Okay, never mind, just abort that one. Okay, I authorize it. I don't want to make unlock of this one thing. Okay, time zone, New York City. Oh, I'm here in Thailand. Let me go to Bangkok. Okay, there you have it. It is now in Bangkok. And I want the AM PM. And of course, in the bottom of the settings, you have all this information like your hardware. Yes, I'm using the only 8 gigabytes of random access memory that I gave it to this virtual computer that I have right now to run the Tumbleweed OpenSuse Gnome desktop environment. And of course, I'm only using the AMD Ryzen 7 with the Radeon graphics 16 core. This space is 30 gigabytes. Yes. OS OpenSuse Tumbleweed 64-bit. GNOME version not available because this is the virtual machine. So yep. The windowing system is actually Wayland. I don't really mind if it is Wayland, Pipewire, or X something. So they are now using the kernel version 6.4.4. It is up to date. So let's close this one. Let's go to application, not the app center yet. Of course, we have the application. We have the chest, the contacts, maps, Gparted for the disk management partition thing, video for your video player, of course, system monitor, terminal to use your terminal if you want to, for your SSH, I mean. You have also the Mahjong Mines, Cheese for the webcam, package source, package updater, and of course this is the, you know what I mean, that's his game. We also have the Sudoku and so on. We have the transition, the transmission, the Yast, and the text editor. So let's go to the okay, where is the app center? So in the utilities you also have the image viewer, the archive manager, plus the remote desktop viewer, passwords and keys application right here, the disk usage analyzer, the tweaks. On the other side we have the Xterm. Yep. On the okay, the system updates, blah 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 thing, the Yast, vendor driver, installation, software repositories, the kernel settings, system logs, firewall, software management, hardware information, language, and the auto installation Yast. So software management, let's go to the software management. So it downloading the packages right now. Let's wait when it reaches completely 100%. So it's now on 62%. Let's wait a little bit longer. Now it's 81%. Alright, so there you have it. So this is the software that they have installed. Yes, it is installed. Search for packages, pattern, repository. Let's go to the repository. How about the classification? All package. Okay, accept. Click to continue to update your system. So it is running like only 3.5 or 3. Whatever. Okay, it's 3.57 total of megabytes. Okay, let's continue and accept. Now it is close. Let me see. Package updater. No. How about the Yast? So the Yast right here from software on products, software management. So you have the software right here. If you want to search for the application, for example, let's go for the Audacity. Search that one. So you have the right here, the Audacity. Click to install, then accept, and then click continue, and it will download your application if you want that application. After this, we're gonna take a look into another application to download, like the VLC. So let's try to see that one later. So it is 19%. Let's wait for that one to reach 100% downloading, and it will install into your computer. That's how easy Linux right now. That's why I don't believe into people like that is very hard. No, the hard operating system of Linux is actually the Ubuntu, but if you're using the KDE, especially the KDE desktop environment, it is so very easy. That's why I'm using the big Linux as my main driver right now. I was actually using the Pop OS, but it was a LTS, so I keep installing every time there is a new version. But in rolling release, I really love it. Okay, so the successful of the downloading of the Audacity. Let's close this one. Finish. Okay, let's add another one. The Yast. Let's look for VLC media player. VLC media player. Yep, there it is. Let's click that one. Click accept, continue, and it will download your VLC. Let's look into the application Audacity right here. Yes. So let's wait for the VLC to download everything. It is now 4% with a total of 18.28 megabytes of file. So that is how easy Linux operating system nowadays. Don't believe into other people that they were like very hard. No. Okay, so successful installation of the VLC. Let's continue. So let's close this one. Okay, close up. So let's open. So yes, the VLC is over here. Let's click that one. Full screen. Yes, let's full volume that one. How about the application that we download, the Audacity? So Audacity is now loading for the very first time. Okay, let's close that one. Full screen this one. So this is the Audacity. Alright. So this is your recording stuff for your audio. Okay, this is recording audio. So I set it on the stereo, the device, it's on default. Pipewire is the best, or the system, it depends. Okay. So online update for your patches, correct and improve your existing installation. So just turn it on. Software repository, it is on Yast. So this is open source OpenSuse. Bootloader, configuration of your bootload. When you open and start up the kernel at the same time, configuration of your kernel. Partition, if you want to partition your hard disk into different several hard disk partition. So that's why we don't call it drive A, drive B, drive C, drive D, or whatever, because it is not a drive. It is a partition of your drive. Okay. That is why Windows is not so good in making their names. Okay, so this is their settings. Even the display right here, vendor for your different types of or specific medium. Oh yeah, I didn't check the hardware. Okay, the hardware information. Okay, probing the hardware right now. Checking the system, it's 1%, 5%. The hardware information, we will know that one in a while. It is just only 11 percent, which is 17% now. Now it is on 100%. Wow. So let's check out the BIOS. The BIOS system. Yes, we have the BIOS. How about the boot architectural, which is the grub? The CPU. Yes, I have how many cores? 16. Yes, 16 core. How about the disk? It is on SSD, which is also in the SDA, which is the system drive A. If you see SDB, which is the system drive B, and it will be partitioned into 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Display is running in the virtual machine, so doesn't give you the right display that I have right now, which is the Radeon and NVIDIA GTX GeForce dual GPU. Okay, let's close this one. So yes, so close that one. So conclusion on this OpenSuse, it is a little bit like easier. I think it is stable. I think it is stable nowadays compared to before. At the same time, even the founder of Linux using the Tumbleweed OpenSuse for his operating system nowadays. Conclusion, learning curve, easy, normal, or hard. It's a little bit like normal, not the hardest. It is just in the middle. It is the Gnome desktop environment, so you have the Mac-like type of window desktop. Easy to install. Yes, it is easy to install. Just follow the instruction. No need to panic. So that is one of the best that I saw in the Linux. So yes, try to download the ISO and put it on the VirtualBox. Put it on the USB and try to run it. Boot it on the USB or VirtualBox. It depends on you. And of course, I make this as a easy type of OS, but it is, the learning curve is just normal. It is not too easy, it is not too hard. It's just normal. Maybe the confusion, probably it will be the names, because it doesn't have the generic names to be exact, right? So except for this one, you know, extension, maps, clock, video, but gparted, they could not understand what is gparted. This is the name of the application, but gparted is actually a partition manager. System monitor, of course, system monitor cheese, which means it is a webcam application. Calculator, of course, normal for that one. Yast is their software management. Yes, of course, if you want to download and install, of course, this is your go-to. Okay, so this is the Yast software. I don't know if they put it on right here. Let me see. No, they didn't. So you have to click this one and then look for the software management and then open. So that is a little bit like normal for a newcomer to Linux. You have to explore a little bit, but if you want to explore really like easy, go with Big Linux, because it's a rolling release. It has generic names plus their application names. Conclusion for the Tumbleweed OpenSuse Gnome desktop environment: it is normal. It is not too easy, not too hard. So that's it for now for our Linux operating system, the OpenSuse Tumbleweed Gnome desktop environment. I'm Blair saying bye for now and see you in the next episode. If you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. Give us a like if you like this video. And remember that science means knowing. That's why science is cool. Ciao. And shut down.